Well, thank you for having me here. This is good. Okay. So I'm here to introduce our company Monet. So what Monet is a platform to capture human emotions at scale. So what does that mean? We capture non-verbal cues and we deliver analytics for applications like market research. So a little bit about myself. I have a PhD in electrical engineering. Over the last 25 years, I've worked in large companies and done some of my own startups. One of my startups was a voice over IP company that we built from scratch, and Intel Corporation bought us for over $500 million. I have basically passion for signal processing, computer vision, and that's what led me to create what we have at Monet. So what is the opportunity here? So you and I, if we look at observe our kids, I have twin daughters who are 10-year-old. They consume all their content on smart devices, smartphones, tablets. There is a transformation happening right in front of our eyes where short-form video messaging is becoming really, really important, and brands are realizing it. There's a lot of amount of time and money being spent on how content engages with different kind of audiences. So what is the problem? We still have bad Super Bowl ads. If you remember the day after Super Bowl, the conversation was always that which Super Bowl ad didn't work. And the thing is that CMOs are still worrying a lot on what will connect with the audiences. What if this $5 million that I spent didn't connect? And what if it went wrong? So there's a lot of time and money being spent, but it takes a lot of time still. And the things that they are measuring, sometimes it comes down to, in a boardroom, Joe versus Mary, subjective decisions as to which ad to pick. So here is an example of what we did for Nissan working with our partner Monet, which is a premium market research firm in Detroit. So Nissan came to us and Monet, they were releasing last fall an ad for Nissan Rogue, and they had two animatics which they wanted to test which will connect. We had to pick the right ads. Within one day, we ran our platform within about 200 people, and we were able to tell them which was the winning ad. Not only that, we were able to say which portion of the content connected with which audience. Some of the insights we revealed were quite revealing. Like actually, males reacted differently than females for a certain portion of ads. So going to that granularity, doing it very quickly and in a very reasonable cost is something that could transform how short-form content is being tested today. Sorry. So what is our solution? It's an on-demand solution, self-service platform. With a click of a button, a brand, a market research firm can push any content, any message. It could be video to start with, but it could be images or any textual experience. And it could be pushed out to people in any device of their choice. And with an opt-in, we will observe people watching the video while the people are being incentivized. And very quickly, we'll deliver analytics which will tell which portion of content is reacting how, with millennials, with soccer moms, and things like that. And we can also cross-correlate self-reported data with what people are not saying. So what is the market we are addressing? So we are here in a market research conference in IIeX. So the initial beachhead market is obviously message testing market, which is a $2 billion market going more and more on mobile, everybody knows. What we are doing is we are making it much richer in terms of what we are capturing as well as the analytics. But imagine what this could do. Underlying what we are doing is we are doing context versus reaction tagging and learning based on what people are saying. So I have a PhD in machine learning and computer vision. These are the kind of algorithms that I get excited about. So the other applications that it could go into is surveillance, healthcare analytics, how drugs are being tested today. So can you observe the patient who is taking the next Alzheimer's drug? Can you observe their facial expression? Those are the kind of places where this could go to. So again, to summarize, what is our technology? It's a technology which runs on SaaS, and basically our business model is a SaaS revenue business model. And finally, what we are here is, we are basically going through. So this is my team. Besides me, I have Dinesh Burjani, who's co-founder of Tinder, and we have an excellent team, and I'll answer all your questions.
Okay, thank you. We have 5 minutes for Q&A, and we'll start now. Almost now. Now we'll start. Do we have microphones at the table?
Yeah.
Are they on?
I believe they are
Yes.
on. Yeah, great. Okay, interesting concept. I'm really surprised, given your PhD in machine learning and how exciting this could be, that it takes as long as 4 days. Because we hear a lot that there's various businesses that can turn around in 4 hours. So
Yeah.
I'm interested in that. And then I'm also interested, because you jumped through it quickly, where you are at the moment in terms of revenue.
Yeah, so to answer the first question first, so the 4 days included basically setting up the content, and because when you go to a content provider, sometimes the content is not ready, and our platform allows to design the post self-reporting questionnaire, which is a Qualtrics-like survey. So it takes back and forth with the researcher, with the content creator. One of the use cases I didn't talk about is we are working with Maker Studios, which sort of answers your traction question also, which is an online studio which creates branded content. So last 4 months we have been working with in using our tool as a content creation tool and creating metrics so that they can compare A versus B. Maker, by the way, for people who don't know, is now owned by Disney. So that's a vertical. Being in LA, so we are based in Orange County in Newport Beach. We are basically getting a lot of traction there.
You mentioned the surveillance industry.
Yes.
A lot of development's been made in this space, right?
Yeah.
Coding, video, et
Yeah,
cetera.
yeah.
What's unique about your solution compared to some of the competitors in the surveillance space, and why would we believe that us in the market research industry could actually outpace the, call it the science and the analytics of that space that's had a couple-year head start?
Yeah, so I think the general surveillance industry is basically video capture and using eye tracking and other kinds of analytics. Where we are taking this is in the market research and content rating vertical, we are saying that how I react to a particular context is very different from how my wife would react. She gets excited about foods and shopping and all that, but even though she is a computer scientist. So if we can build a real context versus emotional reaction tagging at an individual basis for applications where opt-in is not an issue, it could have tremendous value based on intelligence that we are building in the background.
What is the source of the emotion, the science behind emotion and facial expression? Yeah,
so basically we are working with our partner in Europe. So I've been working with them for 2 years. And on top of it, we have built learning algorithms. So I have 2 issued patents and 4 pending patents on this learning-based behavior. So facial coding has been around for 30 years, but how do you use facial coding in relation with self-reporting, audio intonation? So that's what my first company was, a voice company. And so those are the kind of things which are the next frontier.
And just so that I'm clear, the nonverbal cues are a combination of facial coding.
Yeah,
and
facial
audio,
coding, voice
and
intonations, and many other things.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I would recommend is that you look at the IP in this area, because there's a fair amount. And
So we have like Affectiva is here, Emotia, and I think so. Facial coding was started by Paul Ekman 35 years back. So the IP is not the detection engines. The core IP is how do you track at an individual level somebody's behavior as prompted by the cues that are coming out.
We have 50 seconds left. 5-0.
Just quickly, so some of the testing that you showed as an example, A lot of it is more of the traditional TV advertising. Talk about how something like this would be used for like digital advertising and just non-traditional.
Yeah, so let me just go back. So it's not going back right now, but anyways, so how it will be used is, we have a platform where in a click of a button you can upload a stimulus. Right now, which I showed you, the stimulus was video. That stimulus could be an image, a product image, or it could be a textual image. And as it goes out to people on their smartphone, we'll capture their audio and video reactions for a set number of seconds. And then we'll use our analytics to deliver how that message is connecting with those audiences.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.